Hey guys, alright, doing something a little different today. This is that little knitting machine that Crystal's got. She took it apart to do some cleaning and putting it back together. She didn't get it put back together correctly. So, figured, okay, fine. I'm going to take it apart and see if I can't figure it out as far as what's wrong with it. It's jumping and everything, so let's get it taken apart. First of all, I need to get my little the Harbor Freight magnetic parts tray. That way I can put all the screws and everything in. So like I said, we're gonna hopefully I can get this figured out exactly what it was that was done wrong as far as putting it back together. That way she's nice and happy. I know this is one of those cheap ones and everything. So we're just going to try and figure out what it is that went wrong. Or not that what went wrong, but try and get it to where she can use it again. I was trying to help her earlier. I couldn't figure it out myself. Like, okay, she was frustrated and everything because right now she got the. That was one thing. She didn't have those screwed down. Okay, there's one of the problems I can see. Is that she doesn't even have these. There's screws up underneath through here. Doesn't go. It's not going into that. So let's get it flipped over. Take the other screws loose and everything. Which was really weird. It's a Phillips, but I can't seem to get it taken apart. Can't get a Phillips to go down in there. I know it was a regular. I don't think it'll be used. Probably this one here. Yep. So let's see if it's because she didn't have everything screwed down as far as why it was working. That could be the problem. And I got my cardboard down here on my work table to make sure I've got, in case anything falls, that didn't, hopefully didn't want to go flying or get caught somewhere on the table. Yeah, those seem to be loose. See, there's that. Okay. That's what I was saying. That way, in case the screw wants to come out and everything. But it screws like these little screws right here. No, that is supposed to be right there. So, that's one thing I'm kind of curious about. Is it could it be because she didn't have these down or screwed in there enough? So we're going to find out here in a few minutes. I'm just looking at everything, make sure those are all down the way they're supposed to be. So they are. So let's go on and get this. There's only one way it can go on there. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Okay. Got that back up. Let's get this put back on. What I'm going to do is put them other 4 screws in ring tighten back down. Looks like I might have one screw that's not correct. Okay, I think that's the one that was supposed to be in for the other. My Phillips is actually working in that one. Yep. I got a feeling that it's mainly because she didn't have the screws going from here up into that, securing it down, tightened up. So let's find out. I know she's very happy with this and everything. I know she's done several different videos on it. And that's actually sitting down on there now. This screwdriver won't fit down in there. I found one screw that was sticking up. That's possible if that was where the problem was. That one's tight. Still got one more. I don't know which one is missing now though. We'll find out here in a minute. I don't have any more to tighten up. So that's all. Okay, it looks like right there. That could have been the whole thing, is that she didn't have some screws tightened up the way it was supposed to be. And that's why it was sitting there wanting to jump. So let's see if we got it figured out. Let's see, if I've got this figured out, I know it's going to make her very happy. I know she was getting frustrated with it. But I think I might have got it figured out. Something simple and easy. That's actually back together. But now we're still having a little bit of a problem right there. Okay, there's one problem. Okay, getting around to right there. It wants the whole get held up. So right there, it's locking up. Okay, so we didn't get the problem solved. We did figure out one reason right there. So we're still getting a problem where it locks up right there. Okay, so get it taken back apart. Figured out what one problem was. Let's find out what the rest of the problem is with it. Something is not lined up somewhere. So let's put on our detective hat and figure out what the problem is. Because I know she was watching, there was a video that she was watching that showed, somebody was showing how to take it apart. She was watching that, and somehow the rest of this is not working right. Don't know why. And I'm just curious. That's it's not that. So okay, let's get it back. So I already know one problem. So we got that problem resolved. That's no big deal. Unfortunately, I just don't have a small enough screwdriver that's Phillips that will actually go down in there and turn that. I've already tried. So that's a Phillips there. So the only thing I've got right now is the slotted. It will go down and grab. That was 1, 2. And go down inside the slot. There we go. Alright, I'm going to stop the video right now so I can get this taken apart. When I get it all taken apart, I'll bring you back. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to take it apart and everything. And, I literally took it apart further than what she had. One thing I found out in one of the videos that she'd watched is they talk about taking this ring here out. I'm going, there's no need taking that out. Because once you take these 7 screws out, top piece comes off, everything comes out. But anyways, here's the main ring. I've already cleaned it. And one of the things they do say is use like a lithium grease. Something that's designed for, using on plastic. Well, I happen to have some here. And I just got a Q-tip. And all I'm going to do is go around and apply some of this on here. And hopefully everything goes back together like it should. I know someone's going to be happy once I get this done. But this is all I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to reassemble and make sure that it's well lubricated. I was actually thinking about taking some of that men wax. I don't know if that would work or not. There wants a container. But I've already cleaned everything out. So if I need more lithium, I'm kind of SOL because my can just fell back there, but it was almost empty anyways. So I'm just trying to get enough on here. We'll spread it around. That way it's got something to get the lubrication going on it. There was some on there I did have to clean quite a bit of stuff off, and you can tell. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm still picking up dirt and everything off of it. That's how much it was still dirty. There was still quite a bit of lint and stuff like that on it. Just about got this ready to go back in. All right. So, like they say, you got the teeth and everything. That's got to go down and everything. So I'm going to add a little bit on here on this wheel here with the crank handle. Get that lubricated some too. That seems to be a little bit better. I could take the cover off, but I'm not going to. Get these set over here. So we've got that. That's turning pretty good. Now one thing is you got the pins here, and I didn't get that one cleaned all the way. So a little bit of gunk in there. So what I need to do, I really get that one clean. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit on each one of these. Let me get all this done and start putting it all back together, and I'll bring it back here in a few minutes. But the white pin, that's your pin number 1. You got a little tab right here on this black ring. It just, oh, okay, that's why they do that. So basically, that goes down there. That could be one reason why you're supposed to take that inner one off. Okay, I got to take the inner one off so I can put all this back together. So once I get it all put back and I start on this other stuff, I'll bring it right back. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm back. I've got them all put in, got them all lubed up, and even went around and did where they slide and everything. And I've already tested, they're going in real good. I've got the inner ring put back in. Now you've got the 7 screws that go up underneath here, but you got the 4 screws that hold the white ring in, but they got a little bit of a shoulder on them, so that's what makes them a little bit different than the others. And so I'm just now going to get them put in. I'm going to crank them down real tight. I do have them all separated. So, yeah, let's see if I can get this thing put together and make my hooker happy. That way I've got a happy hooker. That way she can get back to knitting. Actually, she's going to be a happy naughty hooker. Alright, so I've got that. Now the next thing is you've got the ring here, and let me bring it around. First thing, it is going to do some jumping right now because I don't have everything secured down. Let me get it back around here to pin number 1. And yes, you do have to have a black ring with the teeth down, that way it engages on here. But this has got to be found out that it's got to be there with these teeth here up. This is going to slide back and forth. So, Dolly, that's going to be for the counter that's on it. Now, there's no marking on this as far as where exactly it's got to go. So I haven't found anything like that. All I know is that the pins, hooks, whatever, they slide up in that, and just gotta work it around to where they're all lined up. And I like spinning, I find out spinning around, actually make sure I've got it all where they all are going up and down. And looks like I've got one that's right here that's not lined up. There we go. And I think I've got them all where they are lined up. I've still got something that, okay, there's one problem right there, is that little switch. I don't know why. Those little doohickey, the little switch and everything, it comes up and actually catches on this ring here. What that does, I don't know. So that's all moving good and smooth now. I'm going to bring this back around for pin 1, which is the white one. Which I've lost it. We're going to lose the white pin. Oh, right there. So now this one, there's numbers on it. Right here's number 48. It's got the little notch, so that's supposed to line up on the white pin. So there's that. That little tab is down. So I'm going to put this in here. And then this lines up with, of course, that over there. And try and get all this other to line up. And that's all lined up there. But that's not dropped down all the way. I don't know why. Something's not lined up. Let's get this back off and figure it out. Maybe I got this end upside down. Don't know. Could be. Don't know. I think that can only go one. Oh. They can only go in there one way. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe I had it in there upside down. I don't know. Probably. Possibility. Let's see. Yep, I had the thing upside down. Okay. Let's get the screws back in and see what happens here. Going to get them started. And that could be, and that fell down. Something not lined up. drill put in? I don't know. Let's find out. Yep. Now some people like putting them in a certain, start putting them in a certain spot. But I don't care. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to put this thing back together and see what happens. Never worked on one of these before. And like I said, Crystal was getting a little frustrated that something wasn't working right. I was like, okay. I was letting her do it, and it got to the point where she was upset. So I was like, okay, let me take it outside and I'll do the video on it. Alright guys, sorry about that. The battery on the camera died, but just want to bring you back. I got it all put back together, lubricated and everything, and it's working. I got it, it's doing what it's supposed to do. But the only thing I can see is wrong is the counter. This counter here is showing 3, and this one that she got, the digital one, it's showing 4. So it's not being totally accurate. So I'm already on 5 on that one. That one ain't, there's 6, and I'm still at 3 on that one. So the actual counter on this thing, there it finally flipped at 4. So the counter is not working. And a daily, you got it, when you're doing it, this little lever here on the side has to be down, because if it's up, it comes around, and there's a little spot, that white ring I'll put back on there, it stops on that. And as I go back around the other way, it's going to catch up to it, and it's going to stop it right there. If you let that down, no big deal. But there it is. I mean, yeah, she got it taken apart. She couldn't figure out how to get it, what was wrong with it. She got frustrated. That's fine. It probably could have been that one of these pins was not lined up, and that's why it wasn't going back. But there it is. I've got it fixed, cleaned up. But there's her Sentro knitting machine, little 48 pin. Anyways, I know something different. I never worked on one of these, but hey, it's fun. She did send me a link on the one where she was watching and learned. I watched it, and it's like, okay, I see a few things. And I got it all put back together. So, anyways, leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. If you hadn't subscribed, please do so, because I know there's a lot of yarn community that would like to have this, information. And don't forget to hit that bell. So I'll see y'all. This is Monday, or no, excuse me, this is Wednesday already. So I'll see everybody tonight, 7 o'clock Central. Stay tuned. I got something special going on tonight. So take care. God bless, and stay safe.